What's up? My name is Swarf Calape. Tune into Soundcheck.
Yo, what's happening? And welcome to another episode of Soundcheck, brought to you by Deja, sponsored by Ginger London. I'm Ricardo.
I'm Mr. Baker. And I'm Antoine.
And today, we have the most talented Swarf Calape. Everyone, give it up.
Yeah.
So what's happening, man? What's happening?
Chilling. Good to be back in rainy London.
Oh, you know that? I see you brought the weather with you.
Yeah.
Nice. Proper raining out there today. So, you know, we're going to get a bit of information from you, so everyone get to know you, your journey, what you're up to.
Nice.
Because when say I was growing up in the dance industry, like your groups and your creative mind to me was kind of a big inspiration. So hopefully we can relay this today and let everyone else know about what you're doing. So yeah, man. So let's get this on the road. Tell us a bit about yourself, like your background, how you started dancing.
Cool.
You know?
So I've been dancing all my life. I say all my life because my mum was a dancer and my dad was a dancer. Yeah. So it was like asking me, when did you start walking? I was just like, it's one of those ones where I just grew up doing it. And then my mum and dad split, so I grew up with my grandparents, and in my grandparents' house lived my 3 uncles. And one was a hip hop dancer, one was a popper, b-boy.
Wow. In the family.
Yeah. And then like they would like invite like their friends to come around the house, and like this was around like the 90s time, 90, 92. I was like really young, like I think 6, 7. And then they'd invite them around the house, and then they'd be like dancing to hip hop in a cypher in the living room, and it was just there. So it's just one of those things.
Literally just, on your doorstep.
Yeah, always there. Just like remember growing up watching House Party when I was a young kid, and I was like, oh.
Oh wow, that's cool, man.
So obviously, with like the dance industry, like the first thing I remember of you is Pink Mafia. Like that group was for me like a sick group. Do you know what I mean? Like I loved Pink Mafia. Do you know what I mean? But what I've always wanted to know is why you called it Pink Mafia.
All right, cool. So this was like a personal thing. This was like my first ever girlfriend I dated. Her name was Cindy, and her favorite color was pink. Like when I first went to her house, she had a pink wall, pink bed, pink wardrobe, pink everything. Oh, wow. So like that became like, I don't know, it was like my first girlfriend. So I was like, I'm gonna start wearing pink because like to show
she
that I like
pink.
you. Yeah. So it's like this is when pink wasn't even in fashion, and then it was just like, oh, that guy's wearing pink. Like it was like looked at as that. Years down the line, 2 years later, I stopped dancing because I had to get like a regular job. I had my own house. I was working in a factory, and she was like, let's start like a family or something. And I was like, and it's like, let's get a dog. And I'm like, no dogs. And it's just like, let's get a dance crew together or something, like, because you obviously miss dancing. So I had to get her, my cousin Jeremy, my friend Phil, this 2 kids that we taught in a college there. All of them weren't experienced dancers at all, and then we just had like regular classes every week. And then it was like, oh, this has kind of like become our family. We should like make a name for like this clique that we have right now. And I was like, what do you think we should call it? It's like, I don't know, something to do with pink, because that's what started us off. And it's like, yeah, what's a gangster way to name a family? And in Italian, it's called a Mafia. Yeah. So that's how the name Pink
Mafia comes about.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Sorry, it's a long story, but...
No, man. That's...
interesting.
That was very interesting how the name came about. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Say in 2006, you came second in iDance.
Oh my goodness.
Was that with Pink Mafia as well, right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Unexpected, because you have to think we was just doing it as a mess around thing in Milton Keynes. It wasn't even from London. So it's like, I didn't expect it to get that much attention. It was just one of those ones where I was just like, oh, I want to give the opportunity to my friends who've never really experienced anything in dance to just brace the stage, because they never really braced the stage before. And then when it got that kind of reaction, I was just like, oh, damn, like, okay, we need to train right now.
This could work. You know?
We're about to like do more performances than this one that we thought we were just gonna do.
So it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Cool. So obviously from from doing a lot of shows and stuff, like you as an individual started like branching off into other things. So you started like I remember you doing battles, and I remember one particular battle, obviously you battling Kenrick. Like that was
Jump
like,
off.
yeah, I think it was jump off. Yeah,
Was
it jump off?
Nah, when I battled Kendrick, it was a throwdown.
Throwdown. Okay.
Yeah.
You battled Kenrick, and obviously a lot of people. I've watched that battle recently as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that battle was good. But what got you into the whole? What got you into the whole battling scene? Like, what made you think, okay, like battling's kind of.
I was a battler, freestyler, dancer before anything else.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I was a freestyle dancer, didn't know anything about choreography. And yeah, battles came first before, because like my uncles were b-boys and like they would grow up and they would go to other places and battle.
Yeah.
And like, so my first performance was with my uncles and we was battling against the crew. So battle was always my first thing. So it's battle and freestyle was like, is the roots of my dance, and then choreography came like later
on.
So yeah, I didn't even really think about it, but I was just thrown into it by my uncles.
Well,
yeah.
as you said, it was on your doorstep, so therefore that's the first thing you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So how was it winning Move It Like Michael Jackson with Animaniacs? That
Oh
must have been a
yeah, I
great
remember that. I
experience.
do remember that.
That was big. That was
because we was there. We all went down with Trilogy, but you lot came and it was fantastic. Like,
thanks, bro.
So how was that experience?
Do you want to know like the experience? Like we had?
Yeah, the real experience.
The real experience.
Because we know about these TV shows. Yeah.
We want to know the real experience from your point of view.
So again, the Animaniacs. That was not a serious thing at all. That was just meant to be like, oh, let's joke around, have like some Filipinos dance together, and like at Kimberly J's event. I can't remember what it was called. It was a funk physics event, and then we just did it for a joke again. So when when there's that opportunity to go onto the TV show, I was just like, oh, my boys again who've never really experienced like TV, let's bring them onto the TV show for experience again. And then it got further down the line. Little did I know that we would actually get into like the semi-finals or that things, because I thought it was going to be all about the tricks and stuff like that. And we was just straight choreo heads. Like that's all they wanted to do, choreo. So I didn't think like we would get that far. But also, a flip side to this drama, Move Like Michael Jackson, I already qualified to be on the show So You Think You Can Dance.
Okay.
And we had this contract clash.
Yeah.
Where Move Like Mike were like, you can't do So You Think You Can Dance. And then I was like, well, and there was like these 3-day boot camp that clashed with 3-day rehearsals of Move Like Mike. And I was like, yeah, if you're not here, then you guys are not going to be in the show. I told my boys to like say a lie for me, to say like, oh, I had food poisoning and I'm in the hospital, and I'm like, and then it was like 3 days, and then it's BBC 3, which is Move Like Mike, and BBC 1 is So You Think You Can Dance. So they're all in the same office. So whilst I'm doing the boot camp and whatnot, one of their people from Move Like Mike see that I'm in the boot camp, and then they report it, and then they call everyone into the room. I wasn't there. I don't know. You guys might have been there, but then like. Was it Lavelle Smith Jr. was like cursing at my crew and whatnot, like saying like, oh, fucking Mohawk man isn't fucking so you can dance, and you tell me he's got food poisoning, and I just saw my phone blowing up. There's like, Mark, you need to come back, we're in trouble. I told the So You Think You Can Dance people what my situation was, and it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll sort that out, it's nothing, it's like BBC 3. Okay, cool.
Small channel.
And then, I thought we was going to be like disqualified or whatnot, but like, So You Think You Can Dance and Move Like Mike had a meeting to organize my time schedule where I could be.
Wow.
And whatnot.
That's a blessing.
Well, they really saw you as a big thing. So that's good.
And then my boys was like start saying like, yeah, that's good and everything, but like they're not giving us our per diems, they're treating us like rubbish and whatnot. And I was just like, oh, because we poured a fast one on them. And I was like, well, that's not nice still. I know we poured a fast one, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to have your food money. I think that's a bit wrong. I was like, okay, cool. Let's do something. So I told one of the boys, Albert, to write up a contract for us requesting like, if we get into the finals, we would like to be paid blah 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 each. We would like a hotel. We would like that, and then we had this contract like ready, whether it was needed or not.
Yeah.
So we did the semi-finals now, like not knowing if we would get into the finals or not, and then we got through to the finals. It was like, oh shit, and then we'd like a talk with the
It is.
and then like
time to get serious
and
now.
then it was like, yeah, come down to our changing room, and they all come into this office of ours, and we're like, yeah, we won't do the final show unless you sign this contract. Yeah, and it was like, what's this? It's like, no, we can sign nothing. Da, da. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, good luck in like explaining what happened to your finalists.
And
then like we walked off and whatnot, and then a day later, it was like, cool, we'll sign your contract.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's the power, bro. That's the power.
Yeah, and
That's
then we got paid, and then we were just like, yeah, we're definitely not gonna win now. They're gonna hate us, but we just was just like, so if we're not gonna go in it for the competition now, what should we do? And we was just like, you know what, let's do a tribute to Michael, and like let's do it in a way where we want to send a message rather than want to win. So that's why we did Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Leona Lewis. Everyone was like, what?
Yeah, and it was like because we felt like, I feel everyone who was a fan of Michael felt this kind of like experience where like you love the guy, but because of all of this bad press with him and the kids, it kind of made you feel like, oh, should I love the guy?
Yeah.
So you're bleeding that kind of like love, like you love his music so much, but you felt guilty for liking it. So it was just like, yeah, let's use this song, and then it was just a straight up tribute. Like even I had friends saying like, oh man, we cried at watching that performance. So like our message got delivered. So we just wanted to deliver a message rather than wanting to win. So when we won now, at the end of the at the end when Jermaine Jackson is filming, we were just like, yeah, let's screw up this company a bit more, like because they're still, and we pulled out our iPods.
I was about to say, what's the iPods?
And it was like, you know, like when you advertise Apple on TV, it's like,
so you was getting your own back, really.
And then like whilst we was doing this, you look in the background, and then you see the production people like,
oh really,
and
really?
like,
it's too late now.
filming everything. So when they said that when we won, we were just like, oh my days.
Wow.
We didn't expect it.
So from Move Like Michael Jackson, like what other things came from winning? Do you know what I mean? 'Cause obviously you did build a lot of things afterwards. So what did come?
Yeah, it built like a really good database for us, I would say. Like when we would throw a class somewhere, like it would be like jam packed. A workshop somewhere would be jam packed. We had merchandise which like sold out like crazy. I remember when we made our first batch of A t-shirts. We brought them to a UDO event at British, like a suitcase full. Sold out within 30 minutes, and we had like about 3,000 units. It was just like,
wow.
what the heck? Like we didn't expect that. Like I just went off for 1 second, and then Ryan was like, we've run out of t-shirts. I was like,
What we're gonna do?
what? How can you run out of t-shirts? And even like little kids like this, like they didn't have any more smalls. They would buy the XL.
Yeah.
And it's just like you see like them walking around in that Nike.
XL.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, that's love. But opportunities, it's like, I don't know, it was for my boys to like dance and just dance on a like a level where they never never thought that they would be dancing next to Plague or Boy Blue or Collabo. They would have never thought like they would have been gracing that stage or to even be in a music video. So like after that whole Move Like Michael Jackson, it's like I mean, I've been dancing in the industry before my boys,
of course,
but it was for them to experience it, and I was just like, oh man, that's such a great thing to like.
Because obviously, like from then you did go on to like making A-Team, kind of like the younger group, kind of thing, and obviously I was part of that. And that was a big experience for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of stepped out of my boundary, and I kind of thought like, let me try something new. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, A-Team was a very like big part of my life. Do you know what I mean? So what made you want to kind of like create a younger squad of you guys?
I think it was more about awareness. Like back then, I was this so-called so-real hip-hop guy where I would like do my research, I'd know my history and whatnot. So I was really.
So a lot of people don't do.
I mean, it's the age, you know. Like when it's the time for something, it's that time, and when people aren't interested to do it, then that time is gone. We can't do anything about it except for the history is there, and if people want to find out, they'll find out.
Of course, yeah.
And it was more for me like just wanting to make the younger dancers aware of, because when we start A-Team, the idea was to cater to all the old school style. I don't want to say old school, but to all the different styles of hip hop, so that it would make everyone aware to be like, it's not just choreo, because it just became a time where YouTube was just showing choreo, and that's what's the what's in the trend right now.
Yeah.
And that's what the kids want to do. They just want to do choreo. So I saw it at this time. I was like, oh, no one wants to do like other styles, but these other styles will make your dancing look more. You have more to give because you have more foundation under you, rather than just choreo. So it was for me to start that A-team of views was to just like. I didn't know if it was going to happen for a long time or forever. I just wanted to be like spark off the awareness of these of like yourselves to be like, oh yeah, I could learn this. Oh, and like we had all those different styles and teachers to teach you guys, and it was just to make that option available to you guys, rather than like, I don't know, I go to other countries and it was like, oh, we don't have a popping teacher, oh, we don't have a locking teacher, but then I kind of like wanted to say to UK is like, we have it.
Yeah, you do actually have it. Yeah,
you have it.
You just need to go out there and get it.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there is any good dance TV shows out there?
Yeah.
And if there's any benefits towards it, or do you think?
I really do like ABDC. I can't even lie.
Is that still going?
Starting this week.
Oh, yeah, it's like every week on the internet.
They actually it's only lasting for 1 week because it's called The Journey to the VMAs.
Okay.
And it's this week, but they've invited back all the champions.
Oh wow!
That's gonna
that's gonna be
Quest
bad.
Crew, even Kinjas are on it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, Kinja fam. Wait, what am I
You go Kinja stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So obviously, in terms of the UK dance scene, do you feel like there's enough platforms in the UK dance scene, like for dancers that are up and coming or dancers that are in the industry at the moment?
I think there could never be enough. I think like there is platforms, but you can always create more platforms.
Of course, yeah.
You know, it's like I think it's an endless experience. You can create as many platforms as you want, but it's about understanding what platform is being seen. Like right now it's Instagram. Like I don't know, it's like YouTube is there, but I feel like people ain't got the patience for you. Like the attention span is becoming shorter.
3 minutes.
It's like, when it's like a 3-minute video, it's like, if it's not, it's like people love these 15-second clips. Like these 15-second clips say a lot, and I'm just like, what's going on with like the attention span of people? Like like YouTube, like you could like watch more, but now I feel people just like want to see a quick thing. It's like, okay, cool.
Can you imagine you have to kill it for 15 seconds to notice?
Man, when I'm like posting videos, I'm just like, man, why 15 seconds? Like, it's just like, it's nothing, but it obviously works. And that is the platform like right now that's on the hype. I mean, you got the what's that, Snapchat? I can't get on that, but
Question.
Go.
If you had to join a group in the UK, what group would it be?
Any group.
Any group.
Did you guys kind of plan this?
And why?
Yeah, for real. And why?
I'm not saying it because he's in here.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Boy Blue, just because like they're the ones that's kept it real for like this long.
Of course, yeah.
Like and they're not just limited to just like sticking to the box styles. They actually represent a UK style where like you look at their stuff and you'd be like, yeah, that's from the UK.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just respect as well. Like when you like I worked with Ken in his productions before, and it's just like to let like other generations know, like we don't have to just stick to our cliques. You can expand and get to grow and like know more, and
yeah, of course,
it's and then for them to like welcome me into it, it's just like, you know what I mean, that's like welcoming people into your family. So I don't know, I've danced with a lot of groups though, but for me, because I love hip hop, raw hip hop, like that's raw hip hop for me.
Okay. Another question as well. I know you travel a lot. But do you which kind of choreographer in the UK do you think is up and coming?
Up and coming?
Yeah. So that really kind of sticks out in your head if he's going to be good.
Dylan Morale.
Yeah?
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Like I'm not saying that I'm God or anything, but like like I'd never repost stuff. Like it really takes a lot for me to like share something because I think I've just seen too much. I'm getting old, man.
Yeah.
But
so when something actually impresses you, you're like,
I'm just like, and then like every time like I see his stuff, I'm like, that's a share, man. Like I have to make people aware, and like it's good because even if I shared his video, like the studio in America, Movement Lifestyle, like the studio manager, like who's that kid? So it's kind of like giving him that exposure as well. So I'm not just sharing it for the sake of like, oh, I think I know it all and that should be it. I'm doing it in a way where it's like limited information so that my friends also in States would be able to see that as well. Because if I just post everything and my social media is congested, then it's going to be like, oh, there's too much to look at. But if you do it like at a pace, people will be like, oh, what's that? And then they'll pay attention rather than just like every week there's a new talent.
So for people that ain't been to any of your classes, what can they expect from? What can they gain from it?
From my classes?
Yeah, if you had a class.
Oh man, I always like teach history at the beginning. Like no one likes to learn history. Like, but I at least give you like 3 grooves and 3 social, like the name vocabulary of the moves. Okay. And I just hope that alone will spark off your interest to want to dig deeper on the names of the moves.
Yeah.
So it's like. Yeah, I mean the choreo is the choreo. Like that's just I feel like it's just a muscle memory exercise. It's fun to do. It's like aerobics, but like hip hop in a cool way to do it. So I think it's good for like muscle memory training. But I always say like to dance at the beginning of like your classes doing warm ups is the most important things. Like I go to some classes and there's no warm ups anymore. I'm just like, what? This is like the best part of the class. Like you have to get everyone into it rather than like just going straight into your choreo where you're all concentrated. But like when it's like the warm up, like that's where I feel like the real connection because I'm like bringing like the grooves back into it, and then people are like smiling while doing it, and it's just like that's what it's about, man. Like, getting people to smile doing these dances.
So obviously, one question I did want to ask you is like if you was since you've done like a lot in the dance industry, do you know what I mean? You've said you've grown up just dancing. Do you know what I mean? If you could go back in time and change something that you did in the dance industry, what would it be?
On your dance career,
yeah, your dance career. Like what would it be if you could change anything?
Maybe the iPods.
I wish I never got on that chair at SDK and crumped. Yeah.
Wait, what happened there?
No.
He just got on the chair and started crumping. Yeah,
randomly got on the chair and
started going in.
But yeah, that's definitely one thing.
No, then you have to explain what happened. No, you gotta explain now. What happened?
Like this has scarred me for life. I can't even lie. Like it was Crump was young. I was young.
Done.
Yes.
Done.
It's like,
it took you, right?
It's like when you're young and you're learning to write. You know, your writing's not perfect yet. It's kind of like all over the place. So that's where I was. And I don't know. I somehow magically got to the finals of this crump battle in
magically,
in Czech Republic. And then I thought of this really good idea where I'd have a chair and like, do you know when you like the chair is up and then you step on it?
Yeah,
and it goes down?
Yeah.
That was my plan, you know, like, just go, boom, and then just kill it off. The chair didn't go down, but I went down. And that moment there, I was like, I think I actually like quit crumping.
that was it. Cool, that day.
It's not for me actually. And then and then every job I got into straight after there was like, the chair.
Really? They wouldn't let it go.
Like just everyone was just comfortable to talk about it because like I don't know, I accept it, but everyone just bring it up just like randomly. It's like if they're gonna mock me at a freestyle, they'll be like, where's the chair? I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, that's mad. That was cool.
And even like one time, one of my friends was like drunk and came round to like my friend's house. It's like, is that Swarf Calape, the one with the chair? And I'm
like, never
like,
ends.
what a greeting,
you know.
Nice to see you.
Wait, how's the chair?
Okay. But yeah, that's one thing.
So what about people that want to take dance as a career? What advice could you give them?
As a career, I mean, I think as a career, like the word career means like you have to be aware of like a business of how you're gonna carry this as a career. I feel like dance and career is two separate things.
Okay.
Dance for me is like a spiritual thing, and like I've discovered that now, like why I dance, why it feels good for me to dance. But a career, that's where you start to like turn it into a business. So I'd say for people who say they want to take it into a career, like yeah, dancing and being ridiculously talented is awesome, and like I don't know, it could be out of the lottery pick that you do get chosen to be like in Madonna's world tour or something like that. Like those like I'm not saying that opportunities won't happen, they can happen, but realistically thinking, if a person wants to really get into it, they also need to know like business and study their mind on how to like get into the industry, and rather than just thinking, oh, I have to dance 24 hours a day, they have to understand the industry. So that's a career point of view of it. So you need to like have both to kind of like make it work. So you can't just be like dance and then I'm like, I've danced so much and I don't like get any jobs. It's also understanding the career side of it as well. Okay. So I would say be aware of both.
Good. So obviously you've been in LA for quite a while. So I mean, you've been doing your thing in LA and whatnot. But as a father, how is the struggle like trying to look after the little one and still be all around the world and do what you're doing? Is it hard or?
At the beginning it was. Like I don't think I've ever like, I don't know, I would say that I grew up with quite thick skin. And like, cause like I grew up, like my parents were like divorced also. So I grew up with that kind of like mentality already. Like, what was it? Broken families. And then at the beginning it was like, just going away for a bit, like he had like no emotions because he was really young. Couldn't really understand it. So the first few was alright, and I think it was like a year later where his feelings started to develop and he started to show emotions and like starts to say the words like I miss you and stuff like that. That's when I was like, oh, okay, cool. I think it's like pulling on me now. And then what was it? I was like gonna, like, it was weird. I've never had this before, but like they took me to the airport and I was gonna fly back. And it's like, it wasn't choreographed or nothing. Just, I started like breaking down crying. I don't know if I was just like tired or whatnot, but I just like started breaking down. I was like, damn, what's happening? And like, he started to hug me. He's like, it's okay, Dad, I'll see you soon and whatnot. But like, yeah, it was like hard from then on. And then they came out to America, which was great, to visit me. And then when they went, I was just like, okay, this is harder than I thought. And then like, even through FaceTime, like my son doesn't like seeing me. Like it makes him upset that I'm like far away. Yeah. But like our main source of communication was through WhatsApp, just sending voice messages to each other. And then yeah, it's not easy, man. It's like I don't know, like people see men as like quite invincible, I'd say. But it's I don't know, we do have feelings too, you know. And then you have to like, you just have to accept it and just like honestly express it and live through it rather than try and suppress it.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Then, like, yeah, it's tough.
Of course. Okay, on the topic of you traveling, tell us about Circus LA and how that came about.
Okay, so after like my last team I created, the A team, we had a opportunity to do an audition for Michael Jackson's one Cirque du Soleil show, and that was held in Germany. And then we got the invite to go there. So the whole crew audition, man, it was like a 3-day audition. It was super fun. Like Plague was there, and man, it was, yeah, just like everyone from Europe, like Germany, France, Estonia, Poland, everyone. There was thousands of people, and this was like one audition, and it was like a 3-day thing, and then it was the best audition. Reason being, because I felt like UK represent, like, man, like. Our crew, A team, and then Plague, like Travis Payne separated us. He goes, I'm going to give you 20 minutes to create something to this song. And then it was, what's the song called? Tabloid Junkie by Michael Jackson. Never heard of it before. A team, we went up, we did our thing. It was cool. And then we went away. And then Plague went up now. Why does Brooke know every freaking song?
You know?
Like,
always said that, you know? Always.
When they went up, they only, like, bear in mind, they only had 20 minutes to create this. They, like, killed every musicality. They had like the entertainment factor.
Wow.
It was like actually watching a production. I will never like forget this moment. And then I was just like, if a competition format was like this, like 20 minutes to create something to this, like they killed it. Like it was like the best thing I've ever seen. And then I was just like, man, they must have like bound to like get the job or whatnot. So we did the audition process now, and it was just a waiting game. And then I get a call saying that I'm invited to the final audition in New York, and I was just like, I just wanted a free trip to New York anyway. I didn't really care about the job. I just want to go to New York because I love New York. And then got to New York now. I was happy. I didn't like really think about wanting to get more. I was like, free trip to New York, shopping, blah, blah, blah. That's all I need. Do the audition. Didn't think too much about it. And like when I got there, it was just me and this one French girl that made it in that whole audition to the New York
really?
one. Yeah. And then, this was the final cut, and like, people from like all over the world in New York to do this final audition piece. And then that was it, got selected, and then I got a call saying that I got the job, and I was like, oh, cool.
Cheers.
Right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember seeing on your Instagram that you met a guy called Chris Brown. Breezy, something like that. Was that for the Thriller Michael Jackson thing as well?
No. Recently it was for the audition for his tour.
Okay.
And, that was like a fire audition. Like what I liked about this audition was like the man them like came to the audition. Like no disrespect to like the like feminine kind of like style, but like it's just like, I don't know, like when you feel like this raw essence of man like dancing together in a room, it just makes you feel like, rah, we need to like always dance like this. And that's how that audition felt.
So it just felt a bit strong.
Just felt,
power,
you felt like you was in a real like mighty squad, man. You just felt like, even if you're like, I didn't get selected for it, but I just felt like, man, no matter what, this is going to be just like a fun production because you're dancing with the man them.
Of course. A question that everybody wants to know. Can Chris Brown really dance as well?
He can, man.
Really?
Yeah, he can dance. Proper. He's like, proper hard.
Everything?
Everything. Like, he puts in like 200%. Like, just like a dance. Like, sometimes I see some dancers not even like giving 100%. But him, I think because he knows he's in the limelight, he has to go hard. And freaking Fly and Rich and Tone, they don't play with him either. They go like hard on him as well. So it's not just out of his own accord. He's got people like pushing him. So like, it's like, hard work pays off, and that's why he is like, that kind of quality of a performer, because people are pushing behind him as well.
Of course.
So Swarf, if it's cool with you, I want to play a little game.
Okay.
Cool. So we're going to play a game called Callback.
Text. We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
Alright, cool. So, Callback. Basically, you get 3 missed calls. You have to call one back, text one, and completely air one.
Yeah, nothing. You look at your phone and just
that?
throw it down.
Just
You know that one there? You're like,
Ready?
You dead.
So you're 3 people. You're 3 people that you got your missed calls from. This is so peak.
Super.
One of them's Kenrick. The other one's Marlon from Flawless, and your last one is Sean of Rooster. So you can call one back, text one, and completely air one.
So air, like they're not
Just
ignoring
you
them.
don't even.
Well, air one's easy, Marlon, because he's already got his Filipino.
You hear that? I didn't expect that.
Oh hell no!
Sorry, nothing personal.
Usually that's the hardest one. Slide that straight out.
Air one.
Air Marlon, bro.
Oh, go on.
Check man on Skype, man.
I didn't care.
Wow.
I'll text back Sean Evaristo because he's good at texting back, and I'll call Ken because he just wouldn't text back anyway.
You were completely air. Marlon.
Easy. That was so
Completely
easy.
air.
That's
That was
the
the
easiest one we've had so far.
So you're completely air Marlon. You'll text back Sean, and you'll definitely 100% call back Kenrick because he won't text you back.
Because he won't text back. That's rigged.
Shout out all my peoples.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was joke. So tell us, what else have you been working on? You got any projects coming up?
Right now it's just like rebuilding myself again as a dancer. Like, I felt like when I was in a contract for so long, and I've been injured as well. Like, I've just recovered from surgery. Kind of like lost. It wasn't the love, but it's more the fire to want to dance. And then it's like, I just recently found that fire. Like, there's this woman named Law Caldemont. She's like a dancer from Paris, but she like trained in Jamaica, and like I took her class, and like she like just reignited that fire
from dancehall.
Yeah, and I don't even like that. I don't even like dancehall, but like it's just her as how she presented it, and like she knew the names of all of her moves, and like in the choreography she was just putting these moves that she knows, and then just adding it into the musicality. She's insane, and I never felt that like spirit from dance in a long time, and I was just like, where is it gone? And then like I think I would say within the 2 months it just like came back, and I was like, okay, cool, I even want to freestyle again. I've started battling again, and it's like I'm on this kind of like on this discovery again to just build myself as a dancer again, like just to love it again, rather than thinking like, oh, I need to get this job, hustle to get this job. Like I'd make money like any other way. Like there's so many ways to make money. I don't think people should just 100% focus on dance to make money, because it's tough. You can do it, but there's other ways as well.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like focusing on other ways to like make money, but within the dance, it's more like, for me, it's a spiritual realm right now. But also there is always going to be business, and there's exciting plans like for UK. A goal of mine is to connect UK a bit more. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I feel oh man, every time like I see a UK dancer in LA, they represent. Like the talent in UK is ridiculous. Like our level and how skilled people are. Like I've been away and I've come back and I just see it just like. Shit, I'm just like, what, man, I need to step my game up. Like people have like really stepped their game up out here, and I'm like, damn, this is really dope. But like again, it's this separation. But I'm thinking like, I'm not saying that we all always have to be together, but I think there needs to be an event or events that, because I felt like when I was away, I didn't see much events bringing people together anymore. There was no more serious about street dance. There was no more UK stand up. There was just no. It just became UDO and just competitions. And competitions after competition. It's like great, but like there comes this form of like people just want to showcase sometimes. And
of course.
I don't think there's like, since I've been away, I don't see that there was that much people to come together and showcase each other. I don't know. That's just only from my perception.
No,
maybe
I agree. I totally agree.
Oh really?
I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay, maybe there has been some shows, but I just haven't like felt it. Like I haven't
I believe that the buzz on dance nowadays, it wasn't as big as it used to be. I mean, every more or less weekend, you knew something was happening. So you knew, this show's going down, or this one here. Even if it's local, you knew there was still some going. Now,
now it's like just like workshops. That's like seems to be like the main thing. Like just like workshops here, workshops there, competition here, competition there. But I'm like, but where's that event that like brings us all to like together when we all and then everyone just would vibe out. Like it was such a good time. It wasn't like about like, oh, we're gonna annihilate your piece or whatnot. It was about people like representing themselves, and people will be like respect to each other, like that was a heavy set, man, and and I just felt like that love and exchange, just to even say like, oh, that was like that hasn't happened for a while. I just and I'm just feeling like, I mean, like on the TV, like Britain's Got Talent, blah blah blah, but like it's TV, but like I mean live, when you have that physical connection with people,
like, of course.
I don't know, I feel like you guys miss it. I don't know, maybe you guys
I agree. I definitely agree. Okay, we're gonna give the final question now.
Alright.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't really look at that. I live in it now. Like I can say, live in the now, see myself in 5 years. I could be still on this couch. Like, I kind of like stopped promising like the future to myself. Like, I think this is what I used to do I used to promise myself the future, and like, I would achieve sometimes, and sometimes I wouldn't. and then I just felt like I got to this point where I was like, I don't want to promise myself anymore. I just want to live in the now and try for what I want.
Yeah.
So my wants change all the time.
Of course, yeah.
So right now, I just want my dance to be better. I want to be able to like come into the battle world again and just like act as if I've never left. Yeah, I want to like try and like bring like the youth as well, like the younger generation. Like I feel like I really want to work with them because I feel like our generation is like not working with them, or like even like I don't know. I feel like there's like
I understand that,
this,
yeah.
and I kind of feel like I want to be that guy to be able to be like, hey, the kids are dope, man. Like, yeah, they may not know their foundations, but they have something to offer, man. Like, what is it? There's this guy named I wasn't a huge fan of him, but Ian Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
Like but like he like when I took his class, I like respected him so much. I was just like, wow, he puts in real hard work into creating his choreography because he like say like he works with a rapper, he'll call up the rapper saying like, what does this mean in this go on Rap Genius and actually understand the song and craft to the actual song and actually know what he's like doing. And I'm just like, whoa, that's a lot. Like normally like people would just like feel it out, but to go that in depth to like choreograph, I was like, that's a new level of creativity. So yeah, it's my mind is like opening up to like so many other things now, rather than being this mentality of saying it has to be done this way. I'll be like, hang on a minute, let's open our like doors and let's see what we can offer each other to make our art always grow and grow and grow.
Of course.
Rather than saying it has to be like this. Like I think everyone has something to say and offer, and then we can all just grow together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you for coming down and sharing the information with us. Give it up for Mark Swarf, everyone. Woo, woo, woo. And 2